Hello, rockers and Mercuryans. Rock Mercury here. Welcome to the Rock Mercury podcast. It is another beautiful, luxurious day here in Houston, living the life out here at the spa, the gym spa, the outdoor spa, which I live for. Lately, I've been living for it. I've been like, you know what? This has been, I don't know why I didn't used to do this. I know there's some chlorine in the water, I get it and everything, but come on. Like we got a full-out spa. It's the best when it's winter time, when it's colder, because ain't nobody out here. Ain't nobody even out here. Living my best life. Get to spa it out. And I'm very happy about it. Super, super happy. So if you guys want to message with me on here, you can subscribe. Please feel free to subscribe. No worries if you can't. If you do want to contact me, you can message me on my comments and I'll respond to you. But I'm going to be here chilling and chatting about a few things that comes to my mind. A few things I talked to my best friend about last night. And just a few different things, like just, I don't know, like I feel like things are really shifting right now. I do want to give you an update on the situation here, that when I got attacked and I had a hate crime. I had a hate crime attacked on me. Let's talk about that first. Let's talk about that, because right in here, right in this building here, a hate crime occurred. A crime occurred. Somebody attacked me and threatened me because they were jealous and they wanted it. And I was like, you can't have it, sir. You cannot have it. But he said he was trying to like F me up outside, or, you know, put your clothes on. So I reported him to the police first. Then I reported him to the managers here. And they didn't really do as much as I thought they would do for a threat. You know, just letting y'all know, like you would think that if you get threatened, that something would happen to where the person will be taken, or have to take accountability for the situation. That didn't really happen that way. I think maybe money speaks too much, or maybe this guy worked for the feds, the one who like was talking mess to me or whatever, threatening me. But it's not over yet. But I did get a response from the management here, and they said that they, you know, have heard all sides, and they put a warning out for him, and that he knows, you know, not to speak to me at all, and not to speak to other members here, and, you know, with his unstableness, he knows that. Oh, thank you for the likes, you guys. Keep pressing that like, keep pressing that button. Even if you don't have any money, it's all good. Just press those likes. It's free. Like it really helps me a lot. So I appreciate you guys. Keep tapping that screen. But yeah, so he, like, even though they are not gonna end his membership, which I thought was a really messed up situation. I'm like, how are you not gonna end his membership? But I get it. They don't have any like cameras or anything, and they're only going off of what I say and what the other witness says, who works there. But it was frustrating. But I'm not done yet. I'm going to corporate, honey. I am already messaged corporate. I'm calling them again today to speak to them, telling them that, you know, I'm considering filing a class action lawsuit, basically, for a hate crime. So I'm gonna see what they say. I'm gonna see, like, I want to know why they came to their conclusion. Like, do they really allow people to experience what I went through? So, you know, I'm going full out Karen on this situation. I don't care, because people shouldn't F with people. I was not bothering this man. I did nothing to him. He came at me unprovoked. Just jealous and dusty, and, you know, probably closeted. It was really a sad situation. So I think it was a hate crime, in my opinion. I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to figure it out. Take this to the highest level I can. And we'll go from there. We'll see what happens, you know. I'm not stressed. I wasn't stressed the whole time. Even when it happened, I'm like, you know, this person can say what they want. I cursed them out as they were talking mess to me. So I said what I had to say to them already. Nothing, not like I had to say anything to that person. But I wanted to be held accountable by the law. But it's hard when somebody works for the federal government already, and they think that they're above the law. You know, they think that they're above the law. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna keep going. I don't care. Like, what do I have to do? I mean, I have a company to run and all these things, but what if another person gets attacked by this person? I think at least this person is gonna think twice before threatening someone. And, you know, if I can find his name, then I'm going right to his office. I'm going to see if I can get his job taken away. I'm going to see if I can get his house taken away. Put his kids on the street. Like, he really has the wrong one. Absolutely has the wrong one. And so we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated, but that's the update from here. So I did the sheriff already, sheriff office. We did the manager's office. Now we're going to corporate. Then I'll talk to some more lawyers and see what other options there are. Since now I have a case number with the gym, and I have a police report for the situation. So that should be enough to, take it to the next level. So all that to say, stand up for yourself. Somebody comes at you, don't feel like, oh, I'm too tired. I don't feel like going through that. I don't feel like, standing up for myself. Like, if you don't stand up for yourself, somebody else can be the victim of that situation. So I just feel happy that he at least knows he got the wrong one. Besides me cursing him out in person, it's just like, you got the wrong one. Like, don't F with me. Like, why are you coming for me? So there's that. That feels decent. It's not the response I wanted from the management, but it's like, it feels good to at least have a closure for that particular chapter of the situation. Like, I'm glad that they called me back and that they were taking it seriously, kinda. But it's kind of so much they can do when there's like no like video evidence and stuff like that. So also when a confrontation happens to you, or if it does happen to you, which I hope it doesn't. Oh, thank you NL for the soccer, and thank you Buddha baby for the rose. I appreciate that. You're very kind. But if something does happen to you, if an altercation is in the works or happening, pull your camera out, get your phone out, record, because these people need that. Like, they need all the evidence that they can get when you're trying to press charges. So the only reason I did not pull my camera out was because I had shea butter on my hands, and so I wasn't really able to sorry y'all, I wasn't really able to get the phone out and turn it on and stuff with the shea butter on and everything like that. So I wasn't able to get that video evidence I needed, but I'm still going forward with coming after him with everything I have. Because I figured, like, I want to see how this system really works. Because I did get attacked. I did get threatened. And he's trying to downplay it, and he's lying to the police, lying to the management. Of course they lie after they do it. But I had witnesses there. And apparently those witnesses aren't really telling the full truth either. So it's interesting. Like, this video doesn't lie. Well, yeah, video doesn't lie because it's real, it's video. You can see. It could be miscontext, but it doesn't lie. Like, if the video showed the things that he was calling me, this person, then things would be a lot different right now. Like, he would be out of here, he'd be banned, but because he's able to lie, he can get away with it a bit, So I'm gonna see how far I can go without the evidence, and I'll let you guys know what the next step is for that. But yeah, so today I'm going to get my car registered, which is super, I don't know, it's a bittersweet moment. It's like, thankfully I don't have to drive out to LA to register it there. I am registering it here in Texas, and I'm hoping that I'm able to do it as a vacation home situation. That's the goal today, is to just register it as a vacation property, because I still have my base in Los Angeles for the time being. So we will see how that works out. I'm having some car issues where apparently the transmission might be having an issue, which happens sometimes when you have an older car. One of my cars, I have 3 cars, but one of them is like a little bit older. And there's a lot of, like, I replace a lot of things in that car, but it's still, like, there's some things that are gonna always, be affected when you have a situation like that. So we'll see. Hopefully it works out fine, so I can just keep on moving and grooving. Got stuff to do, people to go, places to go, people to see, all that. So yeah, I gotta do that, then I gotta call. I deal with some driver's license situation too. That's already done though. But yeah, I'm just looking at it all. I'm like, okay, let me just get all my situation in order. Cause I had a really great talk with my best friend yesterday, and we were just talking about how sometimes you have goals that you can accomplish, but sometimes the responsibility of those future goals deters you from taking the action that it takes to manifest those goals, because it's going to be a lot more work, but a lot more responsibility, all those things. But some of us have no choice but to be bosses. Like, I'm a boss. I cannot work for anybody else. I cannot work for somebody. And my best friend's the same way. Like, we're bosses. We can't do it, but it's a lot of work to be a boss. It's a lot of work to run a company to own a corporation or multiple corporations. Like it's a lot of work. It's not all just hot tub and jacuzzi. It really isn't all that. Like it just isn't. There's a lot more to it. There's a lot more late nights, frustrating meetings, development, just all kind of things, designing. Just there's a lot to it. Hiring, firing. So sometimes that like stresses me, like, oh my gosh, like there's no way I want to like be on call all the time or whatever. But I was telling her, like, we got to think of it a different way. We got to think of it as the more you learn about the business, the more you learn about the company you're running, that each part of the company, I like to use the example of a lot of Fortune 500 companies or whatever, like even Chipotle, like they make everybody who's a corporate leader, they have to mop the floors at first. They have to mop the floors, check out, fry chips, make burritos. They have to do every part of it before they're allowed to be a part of the bigger structure, a part of the corporate team, the leadership. They have to know what each job entails so that they understand who they're hiring, how their business works. They have to know. And I really respected that, honestly. I was like, you know what, that's really an interesting way to do things. Like, you got to know how your business is working. So as you're learning new things, you're learning how to hire. You're learning what kind of person is going to have the proper business acumen or whatever you call it, to like work in your company and keep all of the gears oiled up. You have to know these things. And so it's not like you're going to do every job you start learning in your company. You can always automate basically everything, even to the C-level suite, even to a CEO. You can own a company and hire a CEO, a chief executive officer, so the money becomes a little more passive that way. But at least you know how to be a CEO, so that when you hire somebody, you know exactly what kind of person you would want to be supporting in the operation of your company, Oh, we're at 2.1 thousand likes, you guys. 2.1 thousand. Wow. That is amazing. Thank you, guys. So with that being said, I was like, I want to take a lot more things in my company even more seriously. Like, I work hard, but like there's definitely some strategic things I could have been doing for a while now that I have self-sabotaged myself because I was afraid of scaling. And so I'm ready to adjust and start to like really spearhead some of those situations and just go harder on it. I have a lot of blessings, a whole lot of resources, and I don't want those to go to waste because this life is a one-time situation, like it's a one-time situation. Oh, hold on, I just switched my leg. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry. But yeah, it's a one-time. This life is like a one-time situation. Like, we don't know what's happening after. Even if you believe in the afterlife, we don't know. Either way, you still have this life, and it's the way it is. And so you don't want to like be like, oh, I'll go hard later on. I'll get to my goals later on. Like, no. If you want, a certain type of life, you got to go hard now to get it now, because it's, especially if you want like a super luxurious life. Let's say you want to be a millionaire, just a millionaire in general, not even a multi-millionaire, just a millionaire. Like, that's a lot of work to get to that space. A lot of people aren't a millionaire. Most of the world isn't. Most of the world will only see $1 million at the end of their life, combined with all their work for their whole life. They'll see $1 million. So if you want to be a millionaire, you have to work at a level that quadruple, 10 times, whatever. Like, you have to work at such a high level to even have that. Because some people will pass away and never have $1 million still. They'll live check to check until they pass away. And so you have to really be thinking like, okay, well, if I want this kind of goal, I have to hit the pavement extra hard. I gotta be sprinting, sprinting. This is not a cross-country situation where you can just run slowly down it. I mean, you could work your way that way, but it's not. I mean, if you want that kind of life, you're gonna have to really go hard. You don't have to have that kind of life. You can have a beautiful, comfortable life at making like 50 grand a year or 30 grand or whatever. I don't know. I think the average person makes a little under 30 grand a year in America. I'm not sure how that is right now, but I think that's about right. But it's just knowing what it takes to get goals that are a little bit more extravagant than the average life. You know, it's like knowing what it takes, and being real about it, so that you're not what's the word? You're not disappointed and frustrated about like not getting where you want to go because you're not even sure where the map is. You gotta have a map to where you want to go. So it can get frustrating if you're not being realistic about the scale of that map. Like the map, like you may have a map, but it may be scaled the wrong way to where you think it's gonna be a lot easier to get there, or you start spending the money before you even have it, or like, I mean, all kind of things. There's all kind of ways that you can not be real with yourself, delusion yourself about the intensity of the journey. So that's what I'm thinking about. Like I've been adjusting a lot of things. I know one thing that was bothering me before was like, well, I want to spend more money on my music. I want to spend more money. Yeah, more money, but more time. I want to spend more time on my music. I want to develop what I'm doing to the next level. Like put more songs out and stuff. But I still want to build my business. It's a lot of work. So I found a way to be able to put a lot of music out, which I'm working on now, which is like, you know, doing doing a one-take situation. Easier to mix that way. I'm a rapper already. I do music. I do like all types of music, but I can do it all in one take as if I'm performing live. Add that to the track, you know, mix it with the track, and then have a song out. You know, that's a lot faster than having to do all the parts and just keep continuously adjusting everything to trying to sound like a studio, whatever, this or that. Like, it sounds more raw. It's a unique way. It sounds raw. It sounds, it's like something that I could scale more than if I had to put every bit of work into every song. I have a lot of songs that I've written, a lot of songs that I want to put out. And doing it this way will allow me to do that while still running my business. It'll allow me allow me to continue putting songs out. Because that's my thing. Like, I wanted to put a lot more out. You know, I wanted to put it consistently. I always have a new song I'm thinking about. So I wanted to put it out faster, but it's hard to do when the process is really long for your music process. So I'm shifting it. Like I'm basically saying this because you can adjust and shift the way that your process goes, streamline your process to up the outtake, up the production. You know, I simplified my production to increase the production. So I simplified the actual production of the music to increase the production of the actual songs coming out. And the great thing about that is that if I ever decide to go back and revisit a song, I own the song already. I can just go back and do a remix of that same song. Nobody's mad at a remix. Nobody's mad at a remastering. Nobody's mad at a re-recording of something. Like Taylor Swift right now is re-recording all of her catalog so that she can get out of her contract with Scooter Braun, who owns her catalog. You know? So there's people out there who are like not letting the rules define them. They're not letting the rules affect, like, you know, like the set rules from the past. They're not letting that just be the only thing they worry about. They are making their own rules, and that's kind of what I feel like is great, because otherwise you can start to feel a feeling of like boredom. And a lot of times the boredom is because you know what you're capable of, and you know that you're operating below your capabilities, and that can lead to a level of boredom for a person. So I figure, like, I don't really see boredom, I don't really experience boredom, but I experience like working not as efficiently as I could work to get to my goals, not as efficiently. So it's not boredom per se, but it's still a frustration from, you know, a perceived efficiency that I could be taking. I'm not mad at myself for not working a different way in the past. Like, you learn, you live, you learn, you keep moving. but I do feel like there's some different methods and ways that I can be handling situations in my business, my companies. So yeah, that's basically what I've been feeling lately. Oh my god, we're at 2.4 thousand likes. Thank you guys so much for 2.4 thousand. Appreciate it. But yeah, so that's what I'm feeling. I feel like somebody out there is probably feeling a similar way, frustrated. Things are going, like, life is great. I love life. Life is amazing. My best friend, her life's amazing too. Our lives are great, but it's like when you're a business person, when you are a operator, when you are a leader, like, it's challenging to settle for following in any aspect of your life. Like, you want to own your whole life, and that's okay, because some people aren't. Some people are followers, and we need followers. There's nothing wrong with being a follower. That's another part to really think about. Are you a follower? That's totally fine. Can you accept that you're a follower? Can you live within that? Nothing wrong with that. But some of us can't do that. Some of us, we can't even imagine being a follower. Like, it's not even something that in our DNA. But that doesn't mean that followers are anything that's necessary. They're very necessary. Very, very necessary. So, alright, I'm gonna get out this hot tub. It's feeling great. I'm loving it. I'm gonna show you guys, flip the camera up a second so you can see this other part of it. Like, I can't, you guys. Like, I'm living, yes. This is like, it's the life. It's palm trees without even being in LA. It's luxury, baby. It's luxurious. So, alright, I'm gonna jump out of here, get my shower going. I got stuff to do when I get back, so can't be in here for too long. But oh, this I'm already at my 15 minutes anyway. My 15 minutes are fine. Alright, well, alright, you guys, Rock on Mercury, and thank you for being here today. I remember that you are the ruler of your destiny, and everything starts with you and ends with you as far as it comes to your goals and what you accomplish in your days. Of course, you can't control the world. That's impossible, but like, you can still control your destiny on where you go within the map of the world, within the map of possibilities out there. So, Rock on, Mercuryans. See y'all soon. Thank you so much. Bye.